Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good night. It depends on when you're watching this video. This is my review of The Ghost and the Goth by Stacey Cade. And this is a sexy cover. I love this cover. And I really liked this book. 5 out of 5. But let me get on to telling you about why I like the book. I'm going to tell you the brief synopsis. This book is about Alana Dare and Will Killigan. Alana is the queen of the school. She is the head cheerleader, the homecoming queen, 3 years in a row, if you ask her. She's pretty, blonde hair, nice tan, and to everyone she seems to have it all. But in actuality, she is hiding a secret about her life. Her mother is an alcoholic. She spends her days either drunk or hungover. Her father has divorced her mother to marry a younger woman. And to top it off, she gets hit by a bus and dies. So Will is the school resident weirdo, the crazy guy who talks to himself. And when Alana dies, she finds out firsthand the reason why Will talks to himself, or sometimes he does. It's because, not because he's crazy or he's weird, it's because he's a ghost talker. He's a medium. He can talk to ghosts. But most of the time they talk to him and he ignores them. And he always has his head down and listening to his music because he has a very hard time with these ghosts, because they can touch him, they can hurt him, and he has to pretend that it's not happening because to the outside world there's nothing there, so he looks like a crazy person. Yes, so through a series of events, the two of them become entangled in each other's lives. First, Alana decides that she's going to use her feminine wiles to get him to help her get into the light, transition to the next phase of her afterlife. And he decides under duress to help her. But at the same time, he has a big problem. His shrink is trying to commit him, and his mother, she's a bag of emotions because she's afraid she's going to lose her son. And his father, like 3 years earlier, had committed suicide. And instead of telling his mother what he was, he decided that it was easier to kill himself. And this leaves Will with a complex because of that. He doesn't want to cause his mother any kind of pain or any kind of worry. So he basically, just her every whim, if he can do it, he will do it, even if it means going to a shrink that and he's not crazy, and receiving and taking sedatives and whatever. He'll do it for his mother. So, and his friend, all the while, his friend June, she's acting weird. It turns out they have a friend, and she was in a car accident over the summer, and she goes into a coma, and basically the girl's brain dead. But June refuses to believe this, and she starts acting really weird. And you have to read the book to find out why she's acting weird. And even though I'm telling you certain bits of the book, it's not enough for you to not read the book, and you'd still know what's going on. You have to read it to find out. Anyway, I'm going to go into characters. The characters in this book were the main characters, and the dominant characters in this book were Alana and Will. The other characters were secondary, and they were just basically to help the story go along, and to keep the momentum of the story. Uh, Will, at first, when you first meet him, he's very distant. He's distant, and he seems very jaded because he's had very bad experiences, and he's had very bad experience with ghosts in general, and he doesn't trust that what he does will help them, and he's tired of them. Basically, he just wants to go somewhere where he doesn't have to deal with them. He doesn't have to pretend or anything like that. He can just be alone. And he kind of comes off as a coward a little bit, but as the story goes, you watch as he becomes more sure of himself, and he accepts, and he begins to accept what his place in the world. Um, um, Alana, she starts off as a very annoying character, but eventually she becomes more likable, and you kind of root for her a little bit. As for the writing in this book, I really love the way Stacey Cade wrote this book. It was very much in the vein of two girls talking, and you just getting to eavesdrop the whole entire conversation in the form of this book. Um, I don't know what else to say. The pace was very good. I mean, it seemed like once it started, everything started happening like right away from the first chapter, and it kept going towards the end. And that's one of the reasons why I read this book in a couple of hours, because I just couldn't put it down. So I would highly, 5 stars, recommend The Ghosts and the Goth by Stacey Cade. I 100% genuinely loved this book, and I cannot wait for the second one to come out in June. And although I think it's a long time to wait for a book, right now I'm waiting for Defiance, and that comes out next month, so maybe that will keep me going until this one comes out. So that's my review. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, if you liked it, if there are things I can change about my reviews. Also, if you read the book and if you liked it and what you thought of it. If you didn't, just leave in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. And thanks for watching. Bye!